dead leaves fall off first, okay? And you've proven not to be a dead leaf. We've been doing this for 5 years now. Has it been 5 years? Yeah. So when you got,
man, it'll be 6 in November.
Wow. When you got folks like that on your team, man, it's hard not to lose. It's hard not to win. I'm sorry, hard not to win.
Yes, sir. I understand 100%, man. Definitely down to appreciate being down with the ride, man, because this is really fun stuff, joining you every Tuesday. But shout out to the chat, fam. I see you guys commenting already. Definitely hit that like button before you guys get nice and comfortable. We got a few things I want to talk about today, Lonzo. Let's start with the first one. A few weeks ago, we discussed FOOLIO. FOOLIO was the guy who was killed on his 26th birthday. He was the one who was beefing with another crew in Jacksonville. They caught him slipping in a Jacksonville Holiday Inn hotel, or a Tampa Holiday Inn hotel. And he was the one, Lonzo, and I'm just briefing everybody and giving everybody an update before we jump into the latest news. But he was the one who was, dissing. He was recording videos at his ops grave site. He was being very disrespectful in his songs, and his lifestyle caught up to him, and he was officially a done deal. You and I talked about this a few weeks ago, Lonzo, and you pretty much said it's only a matter of time before they catch the guys who killed FOOLIO, because not too long after that, everybody was making a diss song. Everybody was insinuating on Twitter that they did it and stuff like that. Well, they did catch most, if not everybody involved, Lonzo. And it all started with a female. The female is the one who was hanging out with FOOLIO, ended up leaking his address to his ops, saying, hey, he's here, like right now. She pretty much orchestrated the whole thing. But the recent update, Lonzo, these guys were caught in 4K on video camera, everything. I mean, you could damn near see their eyelashes and all that, you know what I'm saying? But it looked like something out of a Rambo movie. They approached the car, lit it up. I mean, we're talking a Holiday Inn, man, and there was 30-something shell casings found on the floor alone. But a few things they did wrong, Lonzo, and I'm going to give them to you before we jump into your opinion on this. Let's see. First thing they did is they rented an Airbnb about 1.5 miles away from the crime scene.
Okay.
Keep in mind, they're not from that part of Florida. They were in Tampa, and they got an Airbnb. There's proof that they rented the Airbnb. There's ring cameras showing them leaving just before the incident and showing up just after the incident. Same clothes that they were just caught in 4K and shooting the car up. They're going back, and the ring cameras catching them. Lonzo, Tesla cameras are catching. I don't know if you know this about Tesla, but if they hear a loud bang or something, the video start recording, and cops all day are getting video from Tesla now. So they got caught that way. There's a couple more before we get your thing, because these are the dumbest Negroes I think we've ever talked about. What else did they do? They hold on one second. The female who dropped the location, she's already talking. She may be the reason this whole operation was taken down. She was seen in the music video just 2 weeks after he was killed. His ops did a music video, and there she is dancing in the music video. But before we even get into it, because there's way more, Alonzo, just based off that, what I've told you now, what are your current thoughts, man?
They must have went to, I don't know, Cornell University of Stupidity. Okay, they took a class, took out a student loan, and passed the class with flying colors. Because again, this goes to show you, this all goes back to the educational system of Florida. Okay, when you have people that are this dumb, who don't realize that technology is everywhere. Technology is everywhere. As you move throughout the city, you leave a digital footprint everywhere. Okay, and for them not to be aware of that, and to think that they was gonna do this and get away with it. It shows you how stupid they are, especially in 2024. It just shows you that they went to class, took a stupid class, passed it with flying colors, and they got their tassels now.
Yeah, and they may just be spending the rest of their lives in prison. Let's talk about the female, Lonzo. Cops and, lawmakers. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I just don't understand the mentality of these guys thinking they could actually do something like that and not get caught. I mean, or is prison not a deterrent anymore? And that's the question. That's the next question. Is prison so comfortable that people become immune to the possibility of spending your life in a place where you're no longer you're no longer privy to heterosexual sex, driving a car, steak, McDonald's, whatever your favorite things are, you're done with. You're done. It's just like the guy the other day that was driving a car, had his kid and his girl and his baby in the car. That's the last car he's gonna drive. That's the last car he's going to drive. He won't have to worry about that no more. Okay. Whatever he did, he need to give her a kiss, hop in the back seat, and get what he gonna get, because that's the last time he gonna get it.
Yeah. Let's talk about the female aspect, Lonzo. Many have said, and even lawmakers, people I know, police officers I know, and things like that, they tell me that almost every time you do a crime and a female is involved, she's going to be the one to snitch. I mean, they got babies at home. They're a little more, prone to snitch. Talk to us about that.
This is one of my running jokes. I told my wife, and any girl I've ever dealt with I care about, I said, she asked, what you doing? I ain't gonna tell you, because if it comes down to me and him talking to my son or one of my kids, I'm going to jail. I'm not gonna let you put me in that position. The less you know, the less you can testify to. Not saying I'm a criminal, but it was a joke, because I know for a fact when it comes down to them babies versus your black ass, you're going to jail. They will make up some shit just to get the kids out of foster care. Okay, they will make up some shit just to give the DA what they need, or whatever, prosecute whatever they need to set that baby free, or to avoid going to jail themselves. In most cases, I think kids supersede baby daddies at all times. Kids supersede baby daddies. If they don't, that's a different kind of mama. I don't see many cookies for the empire. I don't see many cookies around here. Where you're gonna leave three boys with your husband while you go through 15 years. I don't see that. There may be some, but especially when your participation was lightweight. Okay, your participation was minimum. You just, I don't know, flagged, flipped your hat or whatever to make this a signal and let them know what's happening. That might not be a big deal, but it could be enough to get you caught up as a conspirator. Yeah. And they start talking about taking babies away. Mm-hmm. That's usually, in fact, when I was running the club, the Eve, I had an all-female clientele, and usually they gave me a problem. I would go outside. Come here, baby, not you for a minute. Is this problem worth a hassle? Sometimes, yeah, I don't care. You got kids? Yeah. You want to see him tomorrow? Yeah. We'll take your ass home. All right. But I had one chick. I ain't lying. So you got kids? Yeah. You want to see him tomorrow? Fuck them little motherfuckers. My mama take care of them. I'm whooping this bitch's ass. I'm not bullshitting. That's real talk. So there are some out there who will just crash and burn for whatever reason and leave the kids with the mama.
That's cold. But we talked about this a few weeks back when this happened, Lonzo, and let's reiterate that this female, whether she knew or not, but she is just as responsible for the person who pulled the trigger by giving them their address.
Man, everybody got conspiracy to commit murder. Females, and let me say this. When I was a youngster, about 16, I was heavily influenced by some buddies in my neighborhood. And my daddy was around, but again, you're hanging out with the homies. And I was enticed to do some dumb shit. All I had to do was drive. I didn't have to go in. All I had to do was drive. And thank God what they was going to do. Just so happened, the police pulled up across the street, okay, going to another establishment. But if they'd have done what they was going to do, we couldn't have made it out of there. And while I'm sitting there looking at the police pull up in the driveway next door or across the street, I'm thinking to myself, God, get me out of this, please. You ain't worry about me no more. And that was the end of my criminal career, okay, my attempted criminal career. But once I explained that to another gentleman friend of mine, anybody involved in that situation, if they went in there and came out shooting, I might as well with the shooting too. Anybody involved, if you just drop the signal, let them know, hey, you know, you may, and sometimes you can get away with it, but for the most part, if you get caught first or suspected, and they put enough pressure on your ass, you gonna talk. Most time they're gonna talk. Okay, what they say, the one that's speeding at McDonald's, he the one to start telling. Give you some McDonald's, give him some McDonald's. They finna start talking. Okay, maybe that dog on the Big Macs got some truth serum in him or something. But they say that when you start seeing cats talking or start crying, he finna start talking.